Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be me showing you guys which paths I think are the easiest in each of the quests of Act 6 Chapter 2. So 621, I think the easiest is path number A, Kamal Khan, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, New Captain Marvel and Ronan. There isn't anything too tricky on these nodes, and all the fights are fairly simple and basic, and only thing you kind of have to worry about is the global node, which is a life cycle node. And I'm also going to be pointing out a few champions that I think are the best for dealing with this. And in this node, basically you need to knock opponent down a lot via heavy attacks or special attacks. So champions like Captain America, Magic, Omega Red, Hyperion, Nick Fury, basically anything that knocks opponents often down with their heavy attacks is perfect. You can use pretty much any champion here. The boss is fairly easy as well. Nothing too special over there, just a typical Symbiote Supreme. Quick disclaimer, I will not be mentioning Quake, Ghost and Captain Marvel movie, just because I think those three are fantastic for every single chapter. Anyways, 621, you want to teleport off to the Punisher, 2099, and take the Ultron path. It is aggression regeneration path, so you can either cheese it with Void or Cap, or just plow through it as all the fights that are fairly basic and easy. And you can also choose to do Aspect of Chaos path, which requires 2 6-stars on the team, but you can cheese it super easy with Heimdall and pretty much any champion. Now the boss is completely different kettle of fish. I have made a separate video on him, but as we all know, he's very tricky to defeat. As far when it comes to the best champions in this chapter, you will want something that can either reliably shrug off all the debuffs, like Captain America, Infinity War with Skill Champion, or Aegon, or flat out incinerate immune champions. And that is pretty much it for this bit, and let's move on to 6.23. And here you will want to go up to the left side, deal with Captain Marvel, Ronan and Medusa. So this is the Icarus global node. There are many champions that can cheese it. Once you deal with that, you want to go to Emma Frost, Massacre, Captain America, Infinity War, Voodoo. All are basic fights, none of them have any special nodes or links on them, therefore you can deal with them easily. Great champions for this are Killmonger with Void Synergy is an excellent cheese method. Taskmaster is fantastic for this chapter. Corvus absolutely shreds it to pieces, so does Hulk. There are many cheese methods available for this quest in general. And I have made a separate video for each of these quests in chapter 2 with the best counters, with your kind of go-to strategies and so on, and how to defeat more trickier bosses. Omega Red, there's nothing too special about him. The problem is landing heavy attacks under Limber, so you'll want either A, something like Taskmaster that essentially becomes immune to degeneration, Corvus or Ghost ideally. Anyways, off to the 624, and here again, once you want to move up to the left side, deal with Yellow Jacket, then Black Widow, and then you want to ideally move to Gamora and Hawkeye. Now you need to know that Hawkeye has aggression regeneration. You can also just go straight down in the War Machine, as in the picture below, but the War Machine can be a trickier opponent just because you can't evade his special attack fully in level 1. But anyways, if you go after the Hawkeye, just go to Thor and then carry on straight down to Iron Man and whatever else there's left. Now the global node is a bit trickier, it's a bit harder to play around, but you can use any champion in the game to play around it. You just need to be more careful and more cautious. So champions like Hyperion, Wasp, Blade, Stark, Spider-Man, Magic can all be fantastic options just because they can kind of get an opening against opponents without needing parry. And once again, Quake, Ghost, Captain Marvel, fantastic options. Kingpin boss is dead easy. It's just basically stun immune Kingpin. Now quest 5 is by far the hardest quest, with one of the more trickier global nodes. Only path that's remotely easily doable is path C, which starts with Hela. You still need to be aware of this Gwenpool, for instance, which has 200% power gain, and the rest of the fights on the path aren't too bad, but they are not easy by any means. The global node is also probably the more annoying global node of Act 6 Chapter 2, and what you want to use are champions that can heavy attack consistently and don't have too many hits on their heavy attacks ideally. So champions like Captain America, Infinity War, Wasp, Emma Frost, Omega Red, Archangel are great options. Quake and Ghost, obviously. Basically you get a counter on you for every 5 hits on your combo, and you need to heavy or intercept in order to remove them. So you will want to intercept and heavy attack a lot. Now the boss, Mordo boss, is super annoying. The fight itself is fairly hard. The best answers I have seen so far are Symbiote Supreme, Void, and Wasp. The biggest problem is probably the strength in numbers node that basically is just forcing you to spend money, spend units in order to revive your champions. Otherwise you're gonna have extremely difficult time. And that is pretty much it. Now in chapter 2, quest 6, the final quest, you do not have a global node. And the easiest path to move is just go straight down the middle, remove all the links from the champion, do not take any detours. Just go straight after the champion. That's gonna remove all the links, make sure champion is the weakest for you to deal with. And you would have had to do that path anyways, so there is not like doubling up on paths there. And when it comes to the best champions for the quest, for most part, if you go straight up, there aren't any too difficult of fights. Only problem that there is might be the magic with power gain, so you will want an answer for that. Aside from that magic, you can pretty much use any champions to get through it. And the boss fight is completely different kettle of fish. You will typically want to use champion like She-Hulk. Quake can deal with the champion, and then there's Symbiote Supreme. Those are the 3 options that are probably the best ones for the champion. Then obviously there's also Voodoo, Hood, Morningstar. Magic can deal with the champion, and I'm currently kind of looking for more options, and we'll try and figure out more ways to beat this champion shortly. But anyways, I hope this video was of any use to you. I hope this helped you. If it did, please do feel free to leave a like, share, subscribe, and come back to see some more content soon. See ya.